welcome back to Cruising as Crew. My name is Lucy and today we are going to go through 10 things that you should bring on your cruise ship contract when you come to work on a cruise ship. But before we get started, if you are coming to work on a cruise ship, then I urge you to go to my website cruisingascrew.com and download the career guides that I've made for you, because they give you all the information that you could ever want. I know, you know, when you're going on a cruise ship for the first time, you have a lot of questions, and I've made a lot of videos, and there are now a lot of videos on YouTube that can answer those questions. However, it can sometimes take hours to have to sift through those videos to find the answer to your specific question. So please go over to the website, look at the career guides, because I guarantee the answer to your question is in one of those. Let's get into this video. I know I've done videos on this before, but I just thought we would go back to basics. But before we get into the 10 things that you need to take, I am going to be revising my uploading schedule. So as a lot of you know, I have recently started my new job on this new cruise line, and it is wonderful. I am enjoying it. I'm having a lovely time. However, I am working a lot more than I was when I was on Virgin working for Harding Retail in the shops. So when you work in the shops, you only really work in the evening, because the shops cannot be open when the ship is in port because of tax and, you know, different laws. Which meant that I got pretty much all day off up until the evening, and then I would just work all day on sea days. But of course that gave me a lot of time to film, edit, plan videos, upload videos. However, new job, new cruise line, I do not have that much time off, so I am finding it tricky to keep up with, you know, 2 videos a week. So I'm going to cut it down to 1 video every Sunday. I'm still uploading, but I am just gonna have to do it less regularly because I just can't keep up with it. I'm so sorry. But maybe when I'm more settled in this job and I've been here for a few months and, you know, things are more second nature, maybe then I'll be able to up it to twice a week again. But obviously I'm learning this new role. I'm still getting lost on the ship a little bit, not as much now, but still getting lost, still figuring things out. So doing all of that along with uploading twice a week to YouTube is, I just can't keep doing it. So I will not be posting a video this Wednesday. I will just be posting a video next Sunday. So every Sunday, same time, same everything, but Wednesday's got to give, I'm afraid. But anyway, let's get into some things that you need to take on your cruise ship contract. So the first one, and you might have guessed it, it is fold away luggage. First contract, you will most likely be sharing a cabin with another cabin mate, okay? And usually in this very small cabin, they make room for 2 cases, 2 normal sized hard cases. But if both of you bring 2 cases, do the math. Yeah, it's going to be tricky. So I always say, if you can, take 2 fold away luggages, but to be honest, I have never done that. I've always taken 1 hard case and 1 soft case, and I've always been fine. However, I do know people who've taken 1 hard case, 1 soft case, and they've got there and their roommate took 2 hard cases. So you've still got 1 case that you need to find room for. But yeah, so please just bear that in mind. I've known a few people who've, you know, gone shopping and they've got themselves a really nice luggage set, and then there's nowhere to store it because it doesn't slot into itself. So yeah, soft luggage is the way forward. Anything that can maximise space is worth bringing, such as fold away luggage. The second one is, I actually think, what I've almost become known for, which is a shoe hanger that goes on the back of the door. The amount of people that have come up to me and they're like, "You're the reason that I bought my shoe hanger and it's the best thing ever." But yeah, shoe hanger for the back of the door. You need it. Honestly, you need it. You are going to have one side of a double wardrobe. You're maybe going to have 3 or 4 drawers. And there's going to be other things that you need to keep in your wardrobe other than shoes. Like your laundry bag, you know? You don't want to have your smelly laundry bag in the room because you've got a roommate. So normally people keep their laundry bag in the very base of their wardrobe, which is kind of where you'd normally put your shoes. So just take it from me, there's nowhere for your shoes to go, so just bring a shoe hanger. You can get them for like £5 or $5, and it honestly will be the best thing you buy. A travel adapter. So every cruise line has different sockets, and depending on where you're from, all of your devices and electronics will have a different plug on. So bringing a universal adapter is invaluable. Like I mean, I think I got my universal adapter like 5 years ago. I still have it. I use it on cruise ships. I even use it back home. I use it everywhere. Then we have comfortable shoes. So whatever department you are going to be working in, you're going to be working a lot of hours. You're going to be on your feet, and that first month on board, your feet are going to ache more than they have ever ached in your life. You are not going to know what's hit you, honestly. And it happens to me every time I come back on a ship. You would think I'd be used to it after 9 years at sea, but when you have like 2 or 3 months off in between contracts where you're not doing much, woo, am I feeling it when you come back on board and you're on your feet all the time. It's a lot. So comfortable shoes is, I mean, you need it. You also need good like insoles. So if you find that you, flat-footed, so like when you walk a bit like that, or like maybe your step isn't quite right, get insoles and get it fixed, because the more you're on your feet and the more you're walking incorrectly, the worse that will get. So for example, I walk a little bit like that, so I've got insoles with like reinforced arches to make me walk properly, because obviously it affects your back, it affects everything. So comfortable shoes and insoles if you feel you need them. I'm going to recommend a little sewing kit. You always get like little rips, little snags in different items of clothing, because the washing machines are industrial washing machines, the dryers, industrial dryers. They're not the gentlest on your clothes, so you're always going to find like little snags. So just having a little sewing kit so you can be your own repairman and not have to pay someone every time you need something repaired is really going to help. Reusable water bottles. More and more cruise lines are stepping away from water day, and they've got water fountains around the ship where you can fill up your reusable water bottle. So when I started my cruise ship career many years ago, every Monday the cruise ship would get a delivery of thousands of plastic bottles, and then every crew member would go to the water station and you would buy, like, they came in packs of 6 litres, and you would buy like 12 water bottles for like $3. But of course you would have these like stacks of water in your cabin, because there's 2 of you in a cabin and you each buy 12 bottles of water because it's going to last you the week. One, it's awful that you have to buy your own water. I feel like water should be provided. 2, it's really inconvenient having all of those water bottles take up all that space in your cabin. Like, as we know by now, there's not a lot of space in a cabin, so you know, having water take up space isn't ideal. And 3, it's just really bad for the planet. All of those water bottles. Virgin was the first cruise ship I knew that had it. So you bought your reusable water bottle, and then they had like water stations, water refill stations around the ship. They also have it on this cruise line, and after doing a bit of research, I'm realising that every cruise line is going that way, which I'm very happy to hear. But for that reason, you want to bring a reusable water bottle. Other thing you want to bring is magnetic hooks, preferably some strong ones, because you can hang loads of stuff on there, like your laundry bag. You can hang your belts, your hats, dressing gown, whatever you have, but the cabin usually doesn't have that many hooks, and half of those hooks will be taken up by your roommate. So yeah, bringing your own is advised. The next thing is a laundry bag. So I wouldn't bother going out and buying a really nice, like, sturdy one. I have had this one ever since I started my cruise ship career many years ago. and it has been fine. However, I went round to a girl's cabin the other day and she had a really nice magnetic one that's stuck on the wall. Like I've said before, when you're on a cruise ship, everywhere is magnetic. Every wall is magnetic. So this is why I'm like, get magnets, get magnetic hooks, they do like magnetic spice racks on Amazon. I've actually ordered a few because they make really nice little like shelves. So I'm obviously not going to use it for spices, but just for makeup or something like that. So maybe actually wait until you get on board and maybe buy yourself a magnetic laundry bag. Oh no, but then it would be in the middle of the room and it would smell. No, get yourself a laundry bag that you can just like stuff at the base of your wardrobe or in a drawer, and your roommate's not going to get irritated by it. Bring your own little pharmacy. I've spoke about this before, but I really hate going to the medical centre on a cruise ship. It's just never a fun time, and you always have to wait, but fair enough. There's only a limited amount of doctors and nurses on a cruise ship, and there's always crew members and passengers going to the medical centre for something. So they are very busy people. But like, even if you just want a bit of ibuprofen for a headache or a plaster or something simple, you have to wait for ages. So just bring the basics with you. Bring ibuprofen, bring paracetamol, bring a few plasters. Just different things that you know that you take on the odd occasion. Bring the odd sleeping pill. You know, if you are having a difficult time sleeping, bring some sleeping pills. So you, once in a while, you can, you know, if needs be. But yeah, just bring your own little pharmacy. The only thing with doing that is, depending on where you're from, the medicine that you buy might not be okay or legalized in America. So the only thing is you have to declare everything that you bring. So like when I got on board, I took my little pharmacy to the medical center and just had them check everything, and they were like, yeah, it's all fine. And even if you take something to the medical center and they're like, okay, well that's not like legalized in America, or that's not, you know, whatever, they won't necessarily take it off you, but it just means like if you get randomly asked to take a drug test and it shows up positive, they can be like, oh well, she's already come to us and told us that she takes this on occasion, which can show up like this in the system, you know what I mean? So that's the only reason. But I would recommend bringing just a few little essentials on with you, because you never know, and you don't want to be running to the medical centre every time you need something simple. And the last one is my favourite, and that is drawer dividers. I am obsessed with drawer dividers. I mentioned it in my packing video. I think I mention it in every video ever about coming to work on a cruise ship, because as I said earlier, when you come to the cabin you might get 3 drawers and you might have to use one of those drawers for multiple different things. And if you're like me and you like to keep things organised, then drawer dividers is the way forward. For example, I have a huge drawer under my bed, and because I have bought drawer dividers, I'm able to use it for multiple things. But anyway guys, those are the 10 things that I would recommend bringing with you when you are going to work on a cruise ship. And of course, we've got the revised schedule, so I am just going to be posting every Sunday now for the foreseeable future. Hopefully that will come back up to 2 times a week. But I can't give you a date at the moment. But thank you so much for watching and just always being fabulous and supportive, and I will see you on Sunday. Bye!